She is a two-time Grammy winner, and of course, she's a legendary singer with disco-era hits, including I Will Survive, I Am What I Am, and of course, Never Could Say Goodbye. Today, I talk one-on-one with legendary singer Gloria Gaynor for the special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Gloria Gaynor, welcome to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you.
It is so great that. Oh, likewise. You need no introduction. But obviously, we all know that you are a two-time Grammy winner and a singer, best known for the disco era hits I Will Survive, Let Me Know, I Am What I Am, and obviously your version of Never Can Say Goodbye.
Mm.
What album title would you use to describe your life right now, Miss Gloria?
Oh, roller coaster. Yeah. My whole life has been a roller coaster ride, and it is continuing. Got some, always ups and downs, always things to be happy about, always things to be concerned about. But that's what makes life interesting.
Interesting.
Yes.
What makes your life so interesting?
The people in my life make my life interesting. My friends, my family, the people that I meet through my career, through the different work that I do. People make life interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Talk to me about those people and who have actually made your life so interesting.
From the very beginning, of course, my mother made my life interesting because my mother was a very strong and positive person, and was consistently pushing us to do better, to be better, to reach our highest level of productivity and potential. And so that made life interesting. Further on, of course, there were teachers that come in and out of your life, teaching you different things and leaving different impressions on you. Friends, of course, who agree with you on some things, disagree with you on other things, which, of course, stretches you and cause you to examine why you believe what you believe, and is it good, is it right, is it for you? Job situations, people that you've worked with, people in my career have come in and out of my life. All of these people serve to make my life, have served to make my life interesting.
When did you know music was for you?
Oh, I knew music was for me very early on, when I was probably 14 years old. Wow. In fact, I was exactly 13 years old, because I had an experience where I was standing in the hallway of my apartment building waiting for my friend to come down and play, and I started singing. And the neighbor came down before my friend did and looked over the banister and said, "Gloria, was that you singing?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Oh my goodness, I thought that was the radio." So I thought, "Oh yeah, this is me. I can do this. And Frankie Lyman can do," because I was singing his song. "If Frankie Lyman can do this, I can do it too." So that's when I decided I wanted to be a singer.
Wanted to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest difference about music from the time that you started, obviously at 13 years old, to right now?
Oh, that's an easy one. It is the spontaneous creativity that can only happen between live musicians as they play together and inspire one another. Young people don't get that, and I think that.
Absolutely. And who is Gloria Gaynor when it comes to live music?
Very, very diversified. I like a lot of different kinds of music. I like a lot of different kinds of live music. I like rhythm and blues music. I love gospel music. I like country music. I like some rock music that I've heard. I like not big on rock music, but country, rhythm and blues, classics. Even like my very favorite album is Beethoven's greatest.
Wow.
I don't mean Beethoven. I'm saying Beethoven. I don't mean Beethoven. I mean Gershwin.
Right.
Gershwin's finest.
Oh, wow.
The preludes, the 5 preludes, the 5th prelude makes me cry every time I hear it.
Wow. Wow. Oh, my. You talked about gospel music earlier, Miss Gloria. What got you from singing I Will Survive to now doing gospel music?
Well, I wanted to do gospel music even before I recorded I Will Survive.
Oh.
And thereafter I wanted to record it. But I got my first Grammy with I Will Survive, and my management said, okay, I was saying, we should do a gospel album. He said, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. And he kept saying that, and it never happened until I got new management who respects me and my choices for my life and my career, and helped me to make that happen.
Make that happen. Now that is happening, what do you say to yourself mentally?
I say this was God's desire and design for me. Maybe I was a little bit ahead of myself when I first wanted to do it. I'm not sure, but I know that this is the right time, and it's pretty obvious to me because my management was saying, "We'll wait till we get a Grammy. Wait till we get another Grammy." Well, we didn't get another Grammy until I did a gospel album. So, it's hard to know.
Hard to know. And obviously, let's switch over to here, Charleston. Fall's coming up here. People are looking forward to it because it's so hot right now here in Charleston. But I know that you're coming here in November for a special event.
Yes. Well, we're very much looking forward to that. And, my band will be with me. My background singers will be with me. And we're just going to try to do our best to make it fun for everybody.
And why Gloria Gaynor? Why the Gilliard Center?
Well, it wasn't my choice, but I'm glad they chose it.
Yes.
I haven't been there before, but I understand it's a wonderful venue. And so I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Oh, that's amazing. We're going to be excited to have you here. And I went back on your Instagram page just the other day, and you said this quote: "God asks us for worship, reverence, love, and obedience." How do you roll all of that, Ms. Gloria, into an album?
Well, you do that by reading, studying, getting to know the Word of God, coming to understand the character of God, and then you are able to share that with other people through music, through poetry, through stories, just through living your life. So that was pretty easy for me.
Easy. And you also said this too: worship reminds you who and what benefits are available to you from God. What benefits have you received from God?
Oh, please. All night. All kinds of things. First of all, peace is the most important thing. I have peace that passes all understanding.
Right.
Because when things happen that could be disconcerting, that could be disheveling, that could really upset your world, I just take a deep breath and I say, you know what? God knows what He's doing even when I don't. And there are those times when I have to look up and say, Father, what do you mean by this? What's going on here?
Right.
But I always rest in knowing that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord. And that He only wants what's best for me, and He knows what's best for me. He's the only one who knows what's best for me, and what concerns me concerns Him.
That's right.
So all of that together brings me peace, makes me settle down and just say, you know what, just chill.
And you said this too: reverence is only what He is due because of who and what He is. Almighty, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, the only one true God, creator and owner of heaven, earth, and all that is, including you. That is very true.
Yes.
When we reverence God, we only remind ourselves of the great and mighty advocate we have in our corner. What has He advocated on your behalf, personally and professionally?
Oh, well, He's advocated several things for me when it came to contract situations where I really didn't know what I was doing, really didn't know how to navigate the waters that I found myself in. And He would send somebody to help me, to show me the way and get me out of it. In my marriage, He was always there. I mean, all I really had to say to my husband was, I'm going to fast and pray. And he get in line.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. That's a good weapon.
Oh yeah, right now. So he's been there for me at every turn and every situation that the enemy would try to pull me into, to pull me down, to stop me from going where I need to be going, where I want, doing what I want to do, and God's just been there. He has just always been there. He hasn't failed me yet.
That is amazing. And you said this too, obedience is for our own protection from the hurt, harm, and danger that lies in our paths. What has God protected you on your personal and professional paths?
Well, he's protected me from negative influences in my life where I'd found myself. I at one point in my life had a very low self-esteem, and I was trying to be in with the in crowd. Well, the in crowd was that was what they were named, but they were not great people to be with, and he just really took them out of my life. I mean, I don't even remember who they were. I honestly don't even remember who they were. He just kind of just led me off away from all of that. And that's happened to me on any number of occasions. And just different situations, things that closing doors that I wanted to go through, but him standing there saying, no, this is not for you, and then telling me no one. And I hope people who are listening hear this and take this to heart. He said to me, and I'm sure it's true for every one of his followers, he said, no one can keep you from getting what I have for you except you. And if he doesn't have it for me, I really don't want it, because obviously it's not for me.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love that. And you said this too. He is the only one who knows it's there, what it is, how to avoid it, and can conquer it. He is the only one who knows and wants only what's best for you, with no alternative motives, and can make it happen. How have you actually conquered the music world?
Well, I just remember who I am. I'm careful not to let anyone steer me away from who I am. Let nobody else define who I am except God. And just stay with that, and be confident that I'm on the path that I need to be on, that he would have me to be on. I'm doing what he would have me do. I'm singing the kind of songs that he would have me sing. And I'm acting in my life as much as is humanly possible, because we all make mistakes and we all do stupid things. And I am certainly not exempt from any of that. But as much as is humanly possible, I am following the path that he set for me. And therefore, he steers me away from all hurt, harm, and danger.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Absolutely. What is that new song right now from Gloria Gaynor?
Brand new. And that is a song that expresses how I've felt in the beginning of my relationship with the Lord, and continue to feel with it every day. It's brand new. Every day something is new. And he is beyond amazing. I mean, we don't have any words to express the beauty, the love, I don't even know what to say, the wonder of having a really close relationship with the Lord. I mean, people think it's boring. They think it's restricting. They think a whole lot of things that it is not. And not enough of us know how wonderful it is to really have a close relationship with God, how liberating it is, how exciting it is, how it's just wonderful. It just really, truly is. And anybody that thinks it's boring, restrictive, and all that other negative stuff, they just really don't know him.
That's right. That's right. You talked earlier about obviously, starting to sing when you were at 13 years old. When did you begin your relationship with the Lord?
Well, I sounds strange, but I thought that I began my relationship with the Lord when I was, I don't know how old I was, but it was in 82. But it was after that, after I really got into studying and reading and walking with the Lord, that I went and I was going through some things of my mother's, and I found in a chest that she had a baptismal certificate. My baptismal certificate when I was 16 years old. And with reading that, all of the memories came flooding back of when I was 16 years old. I went to my mother and told her I wanted to be baptized because I wanted to give my life to God. So he's been with me ever since then. But of course, right after that happened, in high school, you got friends, you got parties, you got all these things. You forget about all that, But guess what? He never forgot about me. He never forgot about me. He's been there with me all along, and I just love it. It's like my pastor gave an example, which I just love. He says, a relationship with the Holy Spirit is like a father teaching a child to ride a bicycle. So the kid gets on the bike, and the kid is wobbly and coming down on one foot after another until he can get both feet on the wheel. And the father is holding on the front of the bicycle and the back of the bicycle saying, "You can do it, son, you can do it." And he's running along with him. And finally the kid gets his balance and he's able to keep both feet on the wheel. And the father just takes a hold of the back of the seat, and the kid is little unsteady, but finally he gets his balance and he's able to move on down the road on his own. But the father never stops running behind him.
That's right.
Make sure nothing happens. And that's the way our relationship is with God. Until we get our feet, we get a good firm grip on the word, his will, his word, his ways, and start walking steadily in that, he's visible. But then when we get ourselves straight and strong in the Lord, he backs off. We don't see him as much. We don't hear him as much because he's there when we need him. And he knows when we need him, even when we don't. He knows when we can do things on our own, even if we don't. So sometimes it seems like, God, you're not here. And he's like, you don't need me right now. You know what you should be doing. Just do it.
That is powerful. And you said this too. You might grow to be as intelligent, wise, strong, loving, and caring as your parents. Let me ask you, how has your music grown over the decades?
Well, my music has grown in its subject matter. It's become more profound. Before it was all about just about love and yes, and everything is fine, and I just love you, and you just love me, and all that. And now it's kind of into more profound things that really help you steady your life, and are real use to you, yes, while you're having fun,
right?
While you're enjoying it.
Wow, that's just amazing.
God wants for life to be enjoyable. He wants it to be enjoyable for us.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. You said this too. Truly loving him with all of our hearts, minds, and strength only serves to help us love others and one another, increasing our ability to receive and benefit from all that God desires to give us. When did you increase your ability?
I think I really increased my ability probably in the last 15, 17, 18 years, somewhere in there.
Wow.
Because I really, really at that time began to mature in my faith and stop whining about things. and just being stronger and not just being stronger. I think I was always strong, but you can be strength and not you can be strong and not use the strength. And so I think that I began to start using the strength that I had, and start using the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that God had been pouring into me, to navigate through life, through my personal relationships, my work relationships, and just being a better person for it, and being a better example to whomever was looking on, because I understand that as an entertainer, I am automatically an opinion leader, and I'm automatically an example. And so I think that it is incumbent upon us as leaders when you choose this profession, you become an opinion leader. And I think it's incumbent upon us to lead people in a way that we know, at least to the best of our ability, that we know is right.
Absolutely.
We know is good. We know is positive. We know is going to help other people.
Absolutely. And you also says this too, there's truly nothing we can give God except the desire and pleasure of any good parent, which is just to see his children wise, strong, loving, carefree, healthy, happy, reaching their highest level of productivity and potential, and making life altogether happier, healthier, peaceful, and well worth living. Who wouldn't love a God like that? Let me ask you, Ms. Gloria, how do you keep reaching that high level of productivity and potential 5, 10 years from now?
Well, you keep your eyes open. God puts opportunities in your path. What he's equipped you to do, he will call you to do. And what he has called you to do is what he will equip you to do. So just recognize who you are, what you have, the opportunities that are set before you. Keep your eyes open and take on those opportunities. Recognizing when a door is shut in front of you, that's not the door you're supposed to be going through. When the door is open, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and walk on through and do what you've been created and equipped to do.
Wow. And I know earlier you said, hey, you listen to all sorts of music, country music, gospel, of course. What is that one genre that you want to try your hands at as an entertainer?
I just want to try my hand one time as a country singer, because I wrote a country song. And I think it's a song that almost anybody who has any kind of a relationship, personal relationship, can relate to, and we'll find it interesting and we'll find it pleasing.
Yes, indeed. And I know obviously your iconic song "I Will Survive" from the 1970s is still a hit to this day. And I know that you have obviously an online shop for just that. What can I buy from your shop right now?
Oh goodness, you can buy t-shirts, you can buy sweatshirts, and the one line that I love the most is the one that we created, an emoji of myself. And it's like a little doll, and she's got on she wears these different uniforms to show young girls. One is a policeman, one is an astronaut, one is a veterinarian, one's a doctor, one's a nurse, one's a teacher, to show them that they can achieve whatever they can conceive. So that's the line that I like the most. But there are other t-shirts. There are certainly Christian t-shirts that I love as well. Like I love the one that says "Raised on Sweet Tea and Jesus."
I love that.
Yeah. So there's all these uplifting and inspiring, encouraging wares for people. And then on my website, of course, there's pop sockets and a keychain that if you press the button, sometimes you find yourself in a little tizzy, a little stress. You press that button and I sing "I Will Survive" for you.
Yeah.
Pull you through.
Sure you do, absolutely. And where can we go to buy these, and where can we go to buy more of your music?
Okay, you can go to Amazon.com/Gloria Gaynor for the merchandise. You can go to GloriaGaynor.com for the merchandise as well. And my music is available on all of the platforms. What am I thinking? Why are they slipping my mind? And the
Yes, ma'am.
music platforms.
Oh yeah, Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they went out of my head for a second. Yeah, all of those platforms, even on YouTube. There's an Gloria Gaynor YouTube channel where you can find videos of me from way back in the 70s, and all the way through to now in different countries around this country. Lots of interesting things to see there.
And one last question for you, Miss Gloria. You just said that from the 1970s up until now, what would you have done differently from a music standpoint?
From a music standpoint?
Yes, ma'am.
I always wanted to sing ballads. And I have a couple of ballads on my album because I started out singing jazz, so jazz standards. And I have a couple of ballads on my album, but they were never released. So I would have released a few of those ballads because I really believe that they were worthy of being heard by my fans, that my fans would have liked them. But the record companies, they put you into a mold, and that's where they want you to stay.
Ah, wow.
So I would have released a few more ballads. They were only ever released on my the albums.
Yes.
They were never released as singles, and I would have done that.
Wow. And Miss Gloria, let me ask you. I mean, the world is changing so much these days. When you step back and look at music, how do you view music?
I've always viewed music as indicative of the social climate. And I don't think that has changed. This music is erotic as we are. I'm not erotic. That's not the word I'm looking for. Is erratic.
Yes, ma'am.
As we are. Things are just really crazy right now, and in the business arena, in the political arena, in the financial arena, in the personal arena, it's just crazy right now. And so that's what the music is reflecting. So, as I said, music is always indicative of the social climate.
Yes, indeed. And let's fast forward again to November. How can we get tickets to see you?
I don't honestly know. So when you find out, please let my fan people know.
I definitely will.
How to get tickets to these events that I'm coming to an area near you to perform, because I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone there and really looking forward to performing. I haven't performed much in the area, and I absolutely love the area. I adore this area of the Carolinas. I really, really love it. And so have lots of friends there and some people that I call frams, which means a combination of friends and family. Mm. And so looking forward to be able to perform for them live and to see all of you.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Well, this was a treat. I've been doing interviews since 2012, so this has been this was the best interview I've ever done. So I really do appreciate it. And thank you. You have been legendary. You've done so much for all of us around the world. So we thank you for your service to the public.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. The legendary Gloria Gaynor. Thank you for your time and welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Likewise.